Hey guys, I'm not sure if I was gonna upload this video or not. We'll see if I upload it or not when I finish talking. Okay. Uh, TLDR is probably not for anyone that wants to watch a review or anything. I think this is more just of a kind of fun video for me. Well, I mean they're all fun, but this one is more like I like to do sometimes when I want to do builds. And I like to daydream. Okay, so this is me daydreaming right now. The reason I say daydreaming is because I'm not for myself. My own rules for my own self. I don't feel fully confident just yet. I need a lot of. There's a lot of fields in the Hicapa world that I want to check to get up to date. You guys know me. If you've been on the channel for a while, you know how picky I am. If I had a store, it'd literally be like in and out. There'd be like freaking, like just 30 parts to build a whole high kappa, and like one company or two companies for each thing. That's it. One budget and one high end that I like. I only carry what I like, and I only buy what I like. And I have a long way to go. There's inner barrels I want to check. Buckings, I got the Mr. What is it? I got this guy, so I gotta check him out. Inner barrel, there's what else? There's blowback units I want to check out. There's all the TDC hop-ups I want to check out. There's the CL leaf spring I want to check out. I could go on and on. I want to get all that stuff. We're going to review it all, and then once I get the for me, like the king who I like the most for whatever, that stuff, then I'm like, okay, I feel confident. So I'm 50% on high cap. Like, for example, mags, I feel confident on. I'm happy. I like FPR. They're my go-to for the middle class. Okay, for middle, like not middle class, middle weight, right? I have the garter aluminum. I'm not aluminum, magnesium for the lightweight, like extreme at the bottom, lightweight. And then I got like these two guys. If you want heavy ones, these are what I probably recommend for IPSC guys. You want heavy mags that just drop out like butter and that just goes down, right? That's what you're looking for. And then I got the extended ones over there, so like I feel confident on mags. And then we have AAP. Okay, the Glock is not making a cut here. I'm sorry, guys. That's reality is here. Okay, this is me. I have many different mindsets, many different views I have on stuff. So I'm not gonna lie, this video might be scatterbrained. I apologize for that, but this is not a usual video I do. I just thought, let me just pull the camo and have a little, fun. If you guys like it, I'll do the other videos more. I'll show the videos of the thought process because I'm already like halfway through. So when I went on Facebook, because I have a lot of local friends right now, they've been talking about SpeedQB and the guys who came over like a couple of days ago are like one's on a team. So it's like, oh shit, okay, it looks like the speed has kind of like come up. So I went on Facebook and I said, hey, who's the top dog? And a big shout out to Frank. I appreciate. Okay, I didn't know if I could say his name. I'm sorry. Anyways, Frank. Okay, thank you. Anyways, he sent me the rules. SpeedQB was one. N1 was run on it's called Project N1, and then NSL. I don't know if there's more comments in there. I haven't checked since then. So I'm not doing SpeedQB and this one on the video. I'll only do it on the video if people are like, oh shit, this is interesting, please do it. If there's enough of you, there's got to be at least 10 of you, okay? Otherwise I won't do it. I'll include Facebook and Instagram, because I know some of you comment there and tell me. Because I'm not gonna lie, I feel scatterbrained right now. I don't know if I can even do like a good enough video for this. Okay, so oh shit. Before we start, I know I have to address it. I know there's a lot of division, like there's that group, there's this group, and I don't want to hear any of that shit on this channel. Okay, I hate drama, I hate bullshit. It's childish and it's stupid. Okay, we should be working together. And if you're here, you love airsoft pistols just as much as I do. That's what we're here for. I love airsoft pistols. There's so much we can learn from each group. It's insane that we have these divisions. Okay, you have freaking, these stupid legislators going after airsoft that are trying to destroy us, and neuter us all the time. So why are we fighting amongst each other when we should be like supporting each other? Now, for the bad apples that ruined it for the sport, hell yeah, whoop their ass. Okay, they need to be taught a lesson, and their parents should have done a better job, or if they're older themselves, they need to be held responsible for their actions. Okay, but other than that, I don't want any of that shit on this channel. We're here because we love airsoft pistols, and I love learning from all the categories. I have my hands in, I have my whole soul and mind into all the fields. Okay, I built for every single category, and I own a pistol in every single category: IPSC, collector, milsim, speed, casual. I have it all. I love it all. That's why we're here, because we love this shit. Okay, so we got that out of the way. So no negative shit, and I don't want to see any comments. All the speedball's stupid. It's dumb. Just open your mind, and there's beauty in all of it. Okay, I trust me. Some of the stuff I've seen is like, okay, that's just, it's a little ridiculous. But at the same time, I'm gonna buy some of those slides. They're like, I saw a slide the other day that's like Dr. Black or something. It's like 49 grams or something. That's aluminum. Do I think that is something I'd buy myself? It's starting to get ridiculous. It literally looks like a skeleton. But at the same time, I will buy it to review it, to check it out, and to see the philosophy behind it. Okay, so moving on, we're focusing on N1 right now. That's why I have all this scribble on here. I've highlighted it. I got questions. This is the N1 Project N1 rules. I didn't see anything about max BB size. Do we need tracers? And it's interesting how these rules work. Okay, guys, I've been around since I think I was around for SpeedQB, the inception, the beginning of it. And I think it was at Tax City South. It was very interesting. Okay, it's cool to see it. It's come a long way. And it hurts my heart to see that HSP Combat Center has kind of died. And I think what everyone has done is they're all going like to indoor fields. And that's where like the culture, the community is here, at least in California. Okay, I know there's still some outdoor fields, but HSP is my hometown, and I'm like, that hurts me. Everyone that comes over, they always tell me, yeah, it's like HSP isn't the same anymore. It's like once a month. There's enough people to have airsoft. It got destroyed. I don't know what happened. So that makes me sad. But anyways, it's a 5v5. 3 minutes max. You have to admit, it's a small field from my understanding. It's really small. It's not that big. From my understanding is wait, can we just look it up? Let me show you guys. We'll put, oh damn it, I found it. We'll put Project N1 field size. About, it's like a little warehouse from my understanding. I don't know if you guys can see that picture. Okay, it's hard to tell, but it's not that big. Okay, from my understanding. So I wish we had more information on it. Okay, or whatever, moving on. Okay, so 3 minutes, 5 versus 5. And I only highlighted the important things for me thinking as in how would I build a speed pistol for this realm. I used to build them back in the day, but I think times have changed. Center fight. This is the biggest thing. I was like, oh shit, that's interesting. So look, if neither team knocks each other out, there's a draw, and both teams do not get a point. So there is incentive to either capture the flag, or there's an incentive to knock out the other team, right? So we have an incentive for that. So that means active play is good. Camping and waiting out, there's probably no efficient. It's not efficient. Okay, so that's one thing I can think of. The reason I mention that is because that would determine, that could change how I would build a gun mentally, right? If you play, I know people are going to give me shit for this, but Fortnite. I don't play ranked at all. I don't do it at all, but I know I've seen it just by like, third party. I've seen it somewhere, and people are like, oh, you can, as long as you stay in the zone, as long as you can, and if you can survive other people, you would get points. So there was an incentive to kind of like not engage battles at certain times in that game, and that's important because in that game in Fortnite, you would change your inventory based on that, right? You would probably run like 3 heals and 2 guns versus like if there's an incentive to kill people, you'd be running 3 guns and 2 heals, right? So that matters for me. That's why I'm trying to look at everything and try to understand. And I have a lot of questions for Project N1 once I get down. So here's what the interesting part is. If player carrying the flag gets hit, the flag drops immediately where the player was hit. Flag must be carried in hand. Example, player cannot place flag inside the dump pouch. Why that was huge when I read that is I need, and that's why you can see right here, I was putting this stuff down here. I want this gun to be lightweight. Okay, I have a gun in one hand and I don't know how big the flag is, but if I'm the flag runner for the group, you know what I mean? I have a hand dedicated to the flag now, so I don't want a gun that's gonna be heavy. I need to be able to, aim at least in a general direction and hit a body side if I need to, or if they're pixel peeking, or you can tell I play games. But if they're leaning, I need to be able at least to get my gun in the direction and shoot them and then extract the flag out of there, right? So lightweight is in here. These are the 4 things that I think already are important for me. So center flag, and then I marked this, okay, right here. Semi-auto only. All types of guns are allowed, okay? So you're probably going to be at disadvantage with a pistol, but I imagine, and I don't know, okay, I gotta be honest, I don't know anything about this stuff, so this is me just theory crafting and having fun with this. If I were to do this, if I was to be in shape and skinny and, I'll do all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I talk about, but they probably, my idea, you probably have, 2-3 guys be support that are running ARs, that are running the mid caps. This is right here. Okay, let me read it all. Semi-auto only. All types of guns are allowed. Guns must be semi-locked. Burst ramping hybrid modes not allowed. Feathering the trigger is allowed with proper grip and control of the gun. That's a little ambiguous, so I don't know how that works. 1 trigger pull, 1 shot. So it's just got to be semi-auto. Mid caps only. I think mid caps are what, 60 to 120? I wish mid caps would have been like this should be like how many bullets. How many BBs? How many? Let me put how many. No winding mags. Okay, so we're running like murder mags then. Murder mags are the best, and they probably run murder mags or EPMs. That's my best guess because they load the fastest. Because you want to, I'm not even an AR person or a watcher person, but that's probably what I'd run. Murder mag or EPMs. I know those are some of the fastest ones. Okay, so I'd be running that. No winding mags, no M4 adapter for pistols. Okay, we turn it over. No minimum engagement distance, no surrender bane. And all we have for here is 350 FPS limit or 1.14 joules. No BB weight. Doesn't say no HPA anywhere. And it doesn't say you have to run a tracer. And the reason why I mention this is because I gotta say, the SpeedQB manual, I like this a lot better. Much more organized. And so I'd probably say N1 needs to, for me, because I have so many questions. Okay, well, they don't have to do it for me. I'm just a random person, okay? I'm a random person. But look how precise that is. Oh, look at that. They already have, okay, yeah, EPMs. 150, like, it's much more efficient and more precise. Okay, so pistols for SpeedQB, extended mags, mag adapter, okay. Gas mag, no mag limit, mag adapters. There's limited applies for that. Firing mode, semi-auto only. Where's the FPS? Okay, I think that fell on the ground. I think it was like for SpeedQB. Oh, it's on the ground. I think the limited one is what I'm more interested in. Give me a second. Yeah. Where is it? Okay, here we go. See, for example, for SpeedQB, green tracers are mandatory. Like, that's more precise. No HPA, no EG for gas. Like, I'm going to be excited to do a pistol for this SpeedQB. I'm going to do one for N1, and I'm going to do one for the limited division. Open class, I'm not so interested in. Limited, I am. Okay, 1.4 joules. Max weight is 30, so you can use whatever you want. Max joules, which to me, this is smart. I like this right here. Max joules, check during spot check 1.8. I imagine that's smart because of like how green gas works, guys. If you got 100 dudes in the damn warehouse, it's gonna get hot in there. So what if I'm running and you can see right here I crossed out propane. I was worried. Shit, what if it gets hot in there and I'm gonna hit that max. That's my goal, to hit that max. What if it goes up and above? And there's nothing talking about that here at all. With the there's nothing here, so I have a lot of questions for it. Okay, like 350 with 2.5s. What's the it's 350 limit with 1.14 joules. So I guess you can just run any BBs you want, but okay. So my imagination is I feel like I'd have probably 3 supports, 1 runner, and then one ADC or some shit, you know. So you have three guys with ARs and then 2 guys with pistols. Okay, and that, like, to me in my head, I probably need to talk to my friends. And I need to figure out, hey, what's the meta, man? Like, what do the teams run? Because if you're up against like 4 ARs and then you have 1 runner, shit, you know, that's a hard battle you got. But at the same time, like, you have the advantage of the person with the pistol needs to be like, and that's who we get. Okay, this is one thing we have to talk about too. Like, guys, I'm building this with the perfect person in my mind. Okay, if I were to be this person, I'd want to be somewhat small. Okay, I want to have great core strength, great grip strength, mobility, agility, you know, being flexible. Those are like the 5 core things I would want. You need to have those. I could build you the best pistol in the world, and if you don't have any of those 5, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? It's not gonna be the best of the best. I could give that guy who has those 5, who is in shape, is healthy, is strong, is all those 5. I could give him the shittiest pistol. I could give him a Springer. You know, if it's just accurate and he got that one shot and he could position himself, move fast, move efficiently, he's gonna be able to do a lot better than like me. Okay, who's just, you know, fat and useless. Right? I'm fat and useless right now. So yes, you need to be. The tool enhances. But the player is the real deal. You are the real deal in this realm, for me at least. Okay, this is athletics. Okay, I did college sports. I did the what's it called? High school. I've done all the sports. So you gotta be at the top of the game. That's where I have in mind for this. So I can try to build the best I can. But if it doesn't go in someone's hands that doesn't utilize it, it's pointless. Okay, it'll make it a little bit better for you, but at the end of the day, it's not as, you know. So I'd always say, in general, if you're in this world, hell yeah, work on those 5. Core strength, grip strength. And I say grip strength, even though we typically don't need it much, but for IPSC, guys, I did a lot of grip strength stuff, right? And sometimes I hear people say, hey, there's recoil in Airsoft. Shit, there's no recoil in this compared to real steel. You know, these things are nothing. You don't need a 20-pound front thing. Do they help? Kinda, yeah, but it's not like it's a huge deal. Now, for IPSC, I'd say that's a little different. That's why IPSC versus Speed, I'd build a little bit different, right? Because those guys want everything min-max. These guys are so different because I need them to be able to run, pick up the flag, get the cover, be able to point quick, shoot, you know, get them to cover, get back to their base, right? So I'm building different for these guys. So with that being said, if a team is compromised, I mean, I built of that kind of style, That's why I came up with this kind of stuff. I need lightweight. I want this to be small form as much as possible, but hitting that 350, whatever, 1.14 joules. Okay, I want to run a tracer. In my head, the problem is tracers. I feel like running a tracer for me personally. I know SpeedQB says it's mandatory for N1. It's not. But if they have, depending on how they have the field and if they have refs looking, if you shoot a tracer BB at somebody, they're going to be able to see if they're hit or not. You know what I mean? So I feel like tracer is going to encourage, and if you're a good shot, it's going to give you that advantage of being able to get that ref to call that hit if they're going to cheat and try to call it out, right? The only downside, I think, to it is if you're going against a skilled player. If you played Battlefield, you know what I'm talking about. If you played any of them or all, I played every single one, and man, you guys remember the damn Metro, right? Some of those sweats were running the damn flashlights, and they, blind the shit out of you. So these are things you can do to get an edge. But at the same time, if you're running tracers or anything like that, if you're going to get someone skilled, they're going to know your location. So that's where in my head I'm like, okay, do I run a tracer on a field that's not required and use it to take my advantage to be able to reposition fast as possible? I don't know the field layout, but that's what I'm thinking about in my head. Or do I take that tracer, and if I can just get that general area and hit that person, and the ref can see it, if they're not going to be honorable and call it, now I have the ref on my side. And if I'm doing the video challenge, because it says right here on the back, right, it says you can do a video challenge, right? And this is important. It's a 5v5 3-minute round. So if you can video challenge, that tracer is going to encourage and give your chance to be visually seen as in hitting that person or hitting that wood subject, whatever it is. So I'm stuck on that. That's why I haven't put it on here, and I should probably I'll put tracer ? We don't have a choice in the SpeedQB build, but here it's not written on the paper. Okay, it's not written on the rules unless I missed them or something. And that's why next time my friends come over, I'll say, hey, you guys, tell me more about the Project N1 stuff. So this is none of this is set in stone. Okay, it's just concepts, and I'm just thinking my stuff, and I'm having fun with this, and that's the whole point of this video. If you guys like it, we have fun, and I'll do this build on this series. Well, I mean, I'm probably going to do the build on the video on the channel anyways, but it's a while before I do that, okay? So that's the main things about it, right? As for the weight, if I can go to 20, and you guys know I don't like 20s, but this might be, I think, a subject of contention for people. We'll see what everyone thinks about it, and this is where my head is. If the min is 2.5 and the max is 30, I'm not running 30s. I love 30s, but first of all, we're indoor. Most of these places are indoor from my understanding, right? So we don't have wind factor. And do this test yourself, all right? If you're with your friends or you're playing in the backyard, I want you to, if you have HPA, I'm just going to tell you guys what I want you to do, and then you can report back to me if you want to. Put in your mag 520s, if you have all these numbers, 520s, 523s, 525s, 528s, and 530s in one mag, HPA, okay? Make sure it's the same PSI throughout it. And I want you to shoot your friend or be shot at, and or shoot your target. Okay, so do that in order, and tell me what visually looks faster coming at you, or you have a harder time dodging. Okay, if someone shoots at you, okay, you just come back to me with that, and then you can kind of, maybe that's why I'm kind of in the lower end of this world, because if people are going to be honorable, and if the refs are going to call the tracers, I don't need that heavy BB. I want that BB to travel there as fast as possible visually, and not give them a chance to dodge or to move. And I swear to God, it's just, I don't know if it's just me, but when I see a 30 shot at me, or a 2.8, something heavy like a 36 or 38, I swear it just moves slower visually to me, and it's just, I'm over here because I'm peeking, and I'm close to the wall, and I'm peeking, and I see that sucker shoot that 30 or whatever, and I can just tell, and I'm like, okay. You know, it's just pretty easy to move. Now, I don't know if that's just me or I'm crazy, and I hope I'm not crazy, but but anyways, so do that test, see what you feel, but that's why I'm going to be at the minimum. If they say I can use 20, I'm using 20s. All right, I'm not anything lower than that, but 20s is what I'd probably be using. You gotta hope they're just honest. Okay, so lightweight, accurate, fast, hit that max. If it's 350 with 2 5s and that's the max, I need to hit that max with green gas. I don't know if they allow propane. Tax City, I think at one point banned propane. I don't know the rules for N1. I remember it was like some fire department rule or some shit, and I hate green gas. I think it's a waste of money, but it is what it is. So tracer question mark. Okay, lightweight. Okay, we basically have 2 versions, right? You can see we have a budget version and we have no budget. No budget is going to be something like this. Okay, I'm not using the metal grip. I want lightweight. Okay, I would be using something like, I don't even know if it's good, but I bought it. Because one for the, okay, we're going to review it, but I bought it specifically for the shark gun. And this is not their stupid 3D printing one. Okay? So I can tell, you know, I'm a little worried about it, so I don't know if I would technically run it. But you guys get the idea where I'm going. I want a plastic grip. I'm not running aluminum. I want lightweight as possible that packs that 350 hit. And I mean, shit, the AAP, guys, is phenomenal for the budget world. Okay, that we have for the budget side, we have SSP5, and then we have the AAP. I mean, the AAP, you could build that sucker for under $500 easy, and that will do a great job and compare. It's just the reliability heat issue I have with it. If it's going to be hot in there, you're going to have reliability issues. Okay, that's a big problem, and this flawed. I don't know what the punishment is for if your gun goes full on accident. Okay, that's what I worry about, because I know that the AAP has that issue. Okay, Hicapa doesn't have that issue unless you don't maintain your gun, or if you tried fooling around with the trigger area and you didn't know what you're doing. Okay, stock wise, it's great. Okay, it's not going to have that problem. The AAP, eventually you put a couple bags to it, you're going to have it. And I guaranteed I could probably do a poll, and I bet you $10 for people who have owned it and actually used it a shit ton. It's common. It's going to be common. Hicapa, not as much unless you put a gazillion bags on it, or you did something or didn't maintain it. AAP just happens. It's the Glock system. That's why Glock isn't even on here. If the Gen 5 is actually decent and beats the heat issue and is reliable and doesn't have a lot of problems, great. But where's the parts? There's literally no parts for it. So that's why it's not even on this list. Hicap and AAP are on here because they have parts, they have support, but Hicap is the king, right? That's just where it is. We can't unseat the sucker. He's so solidified in that realm. You can go to any store, buy parts. There's a million ways to build your own gun. That's it. That's literally it. Okay, so budget side is the hands down. I'm going to do a video on it soon. The SSP5 is just so damn good. It is the best out of box Hicapa. Okay, hands down. I think almost every skirmisher that does airsoft pistol and loves airsoft pistol, you should pick up the SSP5. You should. And I'm curious to see what he's going to do for the 6th one, but it's a no-brainer. You can literally buy all the parts for it. It's got great support. The website is well done, and it's to me it's affordable. Okay, if you're doing this tournament stuff, you can afford the SSB5. All right, I've seen what these guys are running and buying, and all right, they can afford it. All right, if you're not playing SpeedQB, if you can't like afford stuff, or playing Airsoft, okay, in general, that's just, it's a different realm. And pick up the SSB5, best budget, Hicapa on the market. You don't need to do diddly shit. I probably stick with the 4.3. That's my personal preference. You need to get a threaded barrel. Okay, I'm sorry. I would want to upgrade it. Okay, so budget is like just cheaper than building a full custom like this. Okay, that's what budget means. But you're still spending money. Okay, so for the SSP5, I'm running either 4.3 or 5.1. Realistically, for me personally, I'd be running a 4.3 threaded. I would be upgrading the inner barrel, the bucking, the grip if you need to. I mean, look, I get sweaty. This grip for me is not good for that. It's not grippy at all. Okay, the trigger, I'd be upgrading the trigger. I could do a whole video on just how triggers work and why you want them. I don't know the reality of how many people actually choose the correct trigger for their hands. I don't think, if I had to be honest, I don't think a lot of people do. I've only had, in the time I've built pistols, I've only had a few that I think that truly understood, and those guys are like IPSC guys, okay? Other than that, most people were like, hey, I want the trigger to look cool, and I'm like, okay, let's get you something cool. Because triggers, I don't push as much, but since this is a competition, and you guys are seeing from me right now, this is my gamer mind, okay? I'm here to fucking destroy the opponent, and I'm here to get every edge if I can. If that edge gives me 0.1% chance of a better product, I'm taking it. I don't care. That's an improvement for me. So grip, trigger need to be customized to your hand. I have a big hand, so I'm running a longer trigger. If you have short hand, there's a reason why there's short, medium, long. I'm not going to get into triggers now because that's just a whole ass video itself, and it's just so fun, and it's a beautiful thing to you see all these beautiful triggers out here, and you can customize them to what you want. The same thing with the grip. I sweat a lot. I have big hands, so I need a big profile. I need to get high up into the grip. There's so many things that are going to be different. What if you have smaller hands? So maybe you want a smaller profile. You'd want something like a UAC grip, okay? But UAC doesn't exist anymore, so maybe there's a company I bought from Blowback Armory or Blowback. Shit, I forgot the name. I feel bad. I actually like them too. The orange guys, they have the Abunai grip, whatever. It feels kind of small, so you would get a smaller grip. Comfort and positioning of your hand and your fingers, your index finger into the trigger, all important, okay? So grip, trigger, I change on this guy. For me, I want a speed trigger, okay? I want at least 1.5 or 1 pound trigger pull. That's what I'm looking for. That's most of my high-end guns are my workhorse. Okay, this is my workhorse, and it's janky, you can tell, but that trigger, it does a job. It's beautiful. You got a 1 pound trigger pull. I know it's gonna pull on that reset. I know it. Okay, it's got a full steel hammer assembly, but this guy is so good. That's okay. So maybe you would change either we can see if I can adjust the leaf spring on here. But we'll put LS for leaf spring. I want this to be 1 pound, okay? So I want it to be 1 pound. Inner barrel bucking, because I don't like aluminum inner barrel. I don't care what anyone says. Aluminum inner barrels, they don't make sense to me. I like my steel inner barrels. I want that weight there. And so inner barrel I'm changing, bucking I'm changing. It's just the typical G bucking. It's a TDC, and I think TDCs work better with different style, but that's just a personal preference. Is it proof? No, I can't. I'd have to have a setup, and man, if I had that setup those guys had, man, I'd be able to do a legit video. Oh, damn, guys, someone give me the lottery, all right? If you win a lottery, just put some money towards my way, okay? Just give me a nice donation, and I'll make a little warehouse for me, and I'll give you legit, no bullshit test, all right? No shill, none of that stuff. Oh man, all right. Anyways. So, That's what I'm running with the budget. That's, to me, you're gonna be under $500. Okay, how much is this guy? This guy is like what? At most $300, 300, and you pay for shipping. But inner barrel bucking, you can get budget one. The Mr. Hop Up, if he's good, is like $12. Inner barrel, $40-50. Grip, you're gonna have to find one that works for you. Hand size matter. Trigger, leaf spring, and that's the budget one. Okay, like, this gun's still gonna be somewhat heavy, so it's not like, but at the same time it's budget. Now the funny thing is if you wanted to spend more money, which I've already thought of, is you could get the 4.3. You need to buy the critical set. So you spend you're going to spend a little bit more. You buy the critical, and then you would buy a 4.3 frame or a 3.9. 3.9, you get the 3.9 actually. It's not going to be aesthetic, because that's the one thing. I know people were like, oh, well, aesthetics. I don't give a shit about aesthetics right now. Aesthetics are the least of my worries right now. Like I told you guys, I said like a couple minutes ago, I'm here to destroy the enemy. I'm here to destroy them. So realistically, I'm going to get the 3.9. Reduce any weight I can. It's smaller, and it's got to have a rail. We need a rail. If you can put a light on it, I would probably want a light just in case if I can kind of try to blind the people. I don't know if there's a rule for it though. You played Metro, or you played Metro with the damn light before they modded it. People were getting blinded left and right. I hate that shit, but it was smart. Okay, you gotta do what you gotta do to get all those skills if you want. And you gotta get all the mods and stuff. Okay, I don't see anything about no lights. So it's gotta be railed. But that is how you would reduce the overall weight. The frame is packing a lot of weight. Okay, the upper is relatively light. It's fast, because that's all that's moving. Great system. You're gonna buy a couple loading nozzles. Always have extra loading nozzles on you. Probably buy a set of extra screws, springs, and it's all right there on the damn website. That's what's so good about the SSP5. The other stuff you have to buy on the side, yeah. And buy 5KU, by the way. Cheap as hell, $75. Okay, so that's the budget SSP5. AAP is just self-explanatory. It is so good out of the box. Okay, well, unfortunately I got all this shit on here, but imagine this is the Shinobi. Imagine it without it, right? It's a small form gun. It's lightweight. It's got a fixed barrel. This is the only part that moves. The only problem I worried about is you got the full auto burst problem, and some of the rules were saying it has to be fixed. It has to be fixed. So how do they even allow the AAP into the tournament? I don't know. That's one thing I'm a little curious about, because you can't. Okay, you technically could fix it. You could technically fix the AAP. You would have to build, or maybe someone makes it, or I would probably just 3D print something. I 3D print something that locks it in so it can only shoot semi. So say, hey, my gun's fixed, and then show it to them, right? So I don't know if AAP is actually legal now that I wonder about that. If anyone's in the, okay, well, I don't know if they make it this far. It's a long video. I'll probably shut up, because now I think, but you kind of got where I am, right? This is fun. This is it's so fun for me to just theory craft about this stuff. So AAP, reduce the weight. You're trying to reduce the weight as much as you can. Get a lightweight blowback unit. Inner barrel bucking. You're done. Get the trigger. Get the trigger. I did the Calca one. That trigger, I have it right at the door. Okay. Let me get it. Okay. Okay, I literally have it right at the door, and that's the kind of trigger I like. But you guys are gonna build the trigger the way you want. I love light trigger pulls. Okay, that's what I'm here for. And this is significantly lighter than the stock one. It's a big difference. With this in here, I took out that part, and this has the. You know why it's lightweight? Right here, guys. this right here, this part. This is steel, but this actually cuts some down weight, and if you come over here and put it in your hand, you'll feel it. Do you need magwell? Personal preference. I like having that magwell for reloading. I think it's useful, and I've used magwells my whole entire life, to be honest. But that's like an example of something I'd run. This would be easy for me to say, okay, this is almost CQB ready. Get this stupid 3D printed thing off, put that tracer on. Okay, but the problem is this shoots too hot. This shot 370 with my propane here. You're way over that limit. Okay, I'll check the joules, but you know what I mean? Like we'll see with 2.5, so I'll double check. So that's one thing I'm actually probably going to double check. I'm going to change my measurements to joules, because that's one thing I'm probably not fully educated on. I think I've always just done, FPS with the BBs. That's where my head's at. So that's where I need to be, learn more. I'll put LR and more, okay? Okay, now we come to no budget. I think you guys know where we're going with this already. Okay, AAP is not even in here. AAP is strictly budget. Okay, you don't need that much to get this up to my standard. Like if I had my standards for AAP, it's gonna be something like this, pretty much. And then TDC hop up, lightweight blowback unit, stock. Stock loading nozzle, stock. I'm running stock hammer assembly, by the way. I'm not running cow in here. I don't like it, the amount of work I had to do to get this to even work, and I don't even consider it fixed somewhat. And I think the stock works beautifully itself. So I'd be running stock internals. And the only problem is if I can't buy stock internals, I'd have to double check. Then yes, I have an issue with that. That's where I'll probably do more research on the AP, see what's actually available from the stock well. Because I think stock out of the box, this guy works so damn well. Only we need to replace certain parts. I'd probably replace this to reduce weight. We get the hop up unit. Get the trigger bar. I don't know if I'd get this. I'd replace this if it's lighter, but I don't think it is, because it's is it plastic or metal? Basically, guys, I would do anything to lighten this sucker. I want this guy to feel like nothing in my hand. I know some people will say, hey, well, what about the recoil? I'm not gonna lie. Work on your grip strength, okay? You know what I mean? I know some people can't shoot real steel. That's fair, but you can do grip strength, okay? There's tons of tools you guys can get. There's programs you can do to work on your grip strength. God, you can even look up Rice forearm training. Anything, okay? Getting that grip strength is important. Just get the grip strength up, okay? I think lightweight is more value to me than it is to have more weight on it. These are short burst 3-minute rounds, 5v5. I need to be able, run, get that flag, point in a general direction, shoot a couple shots off, get to safety, whatever I need to do. If I need to pop out, I can pop out. I'm getting in there, fast out. I'm not going to be, like I told you, I think I'd build the team like, 3 support, 1 ADC, and then 1 flag catcher. There's something like that. Those 3 guys, their job is to have that 3-point contact with their rifle and be able to put down the pressure and knock out the other guys. And then you have one that's going to be like trying to flank, and then the one focusing purely on the flag. The one that is the ADC or carry, he can run a pistol, and if he needs to, he can run like a more heavier setup or something. So maybe I need to change my concept to like, okay, this is for N1 flag catcher, FC, or we call it FC, N1 FC. And then maybe if I were to build like for N1, ADC, but like I don't know if these I don't even know if these are real things or not. I'm just making up shit. That's the problem. So this is where I need to research more, but I'm having fun. So this, I said in the beginning video, this is fun. At the end of the day, I'm probably stupid. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, no budget. You guys already know. No budget's gonna be something like this. No expenses spared. We're getting the lightweight as possible. I can tell visually, Dr. Black is probably gonna be my go-to, a 4-3. I want a 4-3 build, 5-1. It's either going to be a 4-3 or a 5-1. So when we get to Dr. Black, I'll buy a 4-3 setup and a 5-1 setup and see how it is. They have a lot of cuts in it, and I know, I don't know who it was, but I saw like a 49-gram slide or something. That's something we'll get. The problem is, in my head, I'm like, is that worth it? If you're running, you're on the ground, you might need to, like, what I mean? It's like this is a very active style of gameplay. It's not your slow-paced, milsim style. Okay, it's just not like that. It's very different pace. I play this style and I know this style. That's why most of my guns guys, they're dinked. Cause I play this way. I remember I would be following it, and I remember some of my friends would be screaming at my ass, and you can see on here that this is a tiki, right? But I use my guns. I'm playing with them. I'd be crawling, and I would have my gun like this, crawling, if I needed to. I'd do whatever I need to get to that position to give me the advantage I have. So maybe I don't know if they're running holsters or what they're running, or what their rig and the setup they have. For an example, for me, when I was playing, and this is when I was at the peak of my health. I'm 6'6", 270, and I'm trying to truck it. All right, I love Pro-Ins because and I was running a belt. I'm running an IPSC belt with it's like Black Talon. I think Black Talon, and back then I only had the TMs, and then along came Pro-Ins, and these ones are just they flap against you and they're annoying as hell, and I can feel the weight on my hip and everything. So for me, if I'm doing a 5v5 and it's high speed, high energy, I want lightweight mags, but I want in the middle. I don't know if I would want too light, because this is Garter right here. So that's where I'm having a debate in my head. The debate is, do I get the maximum lightness, or do I get the one that I know it's going to drop? This will drop faster than the Garter, okay? It's just, just how gravity works. The fastest one will drop is TM. TM is the heaviest, and then Wee's right here in the middle, okay? So what you could do is you could kind of run the Garter. This is like 130 grams with a steel base plate to try to get that weight down here, because you need to, if I need to, and I shot all my 30 rounds, I need to be able to push it. I need it to drop out. Okay, if you talk to any IPSC guys, trust me, talk to them. Cause that's what I'm saying in the beginning. There's a lot we can learn from every field, and this is what I used to do too as well. I'm running the heaviest mag possible. Okay, I want that mag to drop out, no restriction, and I want to get out. I need to get that mag out of my view, out of my point, get that other mag in there. Got it? So that's where I'm debating on my debating. Hey, Garter or FPR? This is like 230. I think 230, 250, 130. Big difference. And if you're running 4 of them, 4 or 5 of them, depending on your setup. And then maybe, how's your setup done? Is it on your chest? Is it on your waist? Where is it? Are you right-handed? Are you left-handed? These are all things I'll think about, but that's more based on the customer. But I think I'm trying to think, if I was in shape, what would I be doing? So that's where I'm getting all this stuff. No budget, balls to the wall. Okay, stippling, custom trigger. We're getting that trigger bar. Okay, I want that titanium trigger bar. I love the Nova titanium trigger bar. I don't know if they make them anymore. I'm actually researching right now how to make them, and I will make a set myself if I don't see them. Those were my favorite trigger bar, and maybe they weren't popular enough, or they didn't make enough money. I don't know. I wouldn't mind it in aluminum, but I just don't know if it's doable in aluminum. I don't think it is. It doesn't have a lot of I forget the word for it, because there's like tensile, and then you need flex. You need the ability to flex, and I don't think it can do it. So that's why I see most of them, almost 90% of the trigger bars you guys see, or trigger bows, are stainless steel. They're just steel. And then nowhere did the crazy titanium. That thing is so light. That's what I want. I'll be running. I'd be running like, yeah, I don't know. If I could get this up to 350 with 2.5s or 1.14, I'll check it right now. I think that would be either like this small form, and then I got enough for it to put it here. I need a thread, obviously, and I can thread this. It's easy to thread this, but it's going to be a small form. I don't know. If I'm thinking of how I played, guys, this is a wall right here, right? I don't know if it's the correct method, so this is where I think I'm just a little rusty. But for me, when I was playing, I'm as close as I can to the wall. Okay, and my arms are always usually tilted like this, and I'm trying to give the enemy as least amount of body space that they can shoot me. So I'm trying to snap. Like usually I snap my head first to identify there's no one there. If I snap and I see someone poking out, now I know that either A, they're gonna be scoping, or whatever. They'll be watching it, or we're gonna have a snap battle. Either I need to keep my position, or I need to drop down and get the down angle up on them. All right. So, but I'm close to the wall. So there's a reason why I grew to love the Tiki, because to me that's making my profile small as possible. You remember, it sucks ass. I'm 6'6", 270 at this time. I'm a big damn meat shield, big target. If you have a bigger and longer gun, you're back away further, and for them, if they're moving and like pie cutting, it's easier to see for them to see me. And that's how my mind worked. I don't know if this is correct. I probably need to get back out there and I'll do some thinking again. But this is where I'm a little rusty, But for me, I naturally just did that. So that's why I'm like, for me, I want, for no budget, I either want a 4.3, 3.8, or Tiki. And I try to get that to the max. Okay, I don't use sights. I'm an instinct shooter. I don't know if that's even a damn word, but that's how I've called it for 10, 15 years. You can probably check my videos. I think I probably started talking about it when I did Project Guns for Bill Infinity. Okay, this is I told you guys, this is my workhorse, my baby. I think for me personally, and I know you have to do a lot of training. Red dot sights, guys, I love red dot sights, and I think they're the future. But I'm not there, okay, with Airsoft. It's weird to explain, but when I'm playing Airsoft, I'm not there. But if I do IPSC, I'm there. I think for me personally, it just takes too much time to set up, look down the sight, and shoot. I'd rather just set up, shoot. I know where that first BB's going, and I'm running a tracer anyways, and that's why for me I just call it instinct. It's just I'm taking that one shot. It's not going to be precise for IPSC or anything, but you remember we're going against body-sized people, and if you got like an arm or something, it's at least bigger than a popper, okay, for IPSC. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing instinct shooting. I'm shooting that one target, so I don't care about sights at all. I don't need them. And if anything, I would prefer them for no sight. If I have to get sights, we're getting aluminum sights. Okay, we'll try out the Dr. Black. So right now, I think Dr. Black might be up there. We'll check out the other guys that are doing speed, and I think that's I forget who it was. There's like another company that's doing speed style cuts and shit. I don't know who it is. I'll figure it out when I get there. But so lightweight slide, lightweight everything in there. The only thing that doesn't need to be lightweight, if you don't want to, if you need that. Some people say there's recoil. I don't, I beg to differ. But if you need it, it would be your steel. You run a steel out of barrel. You're gonna run a steel out of barrel plus your tracer. You can get like a heavier tracer. Okay, this tracer, for me personally, is I like this. I think it's sexy. The construction is absolutely top notch. It's amazing, but I would probably go with the lighter. I'd probably get their Nano or something. I think they have a Nano, and I'd have to see if it's a green one. So I want the lightest, best tracer out there. So now I have to put on here. I need to become a tracer expert. Tracer expert. Okay, so I'm going to expand and that's why you guys can see now why this is going to take a while to happen. If we had more money, I could get this done in under a month, easy, no problem. If I have more money, but right now I'm on saving game, I can't buy anymore. We're going to pick up E-Shooter, we're going to pick up Ace Tech, we got T238, and then we'll pick up PCU. Okay, so we're missing 3 companies from the realm. Okay, that's where we're at. And I want, for me, my own gun, I want the lightest tracer. Lightest tracer. I want the lightest belt. I don't need a steel outer barrel. Because I'm pointing that direction, and I'm going to shoot that first shot. Either A, to suppress them, for me to move locations, transfer. And look, at the end of the day, we already talked about it, you could build the best gun ever if you don't practice, and if you don't work on your own core strength, mobility, agility, flexibility. If you don't work on them, this isn't going to help you that much. It'll help you a little bit, but not much. Okay, it's a tool at the end of the day. You're the real weapon. You are. So I'd probably say a more wiser investment would be the gym, or doing programs at home. Okay, that's what I'd be doing. Right now I'm just doing swimming, and I'm trying to walk, but I have a bad Achilles, so it hurts. It hurts really bad, and I've been trying to get physical therapy for it, but it's not working out, unfortunately. So swimming is what I do, and I'm going to the gym slowly. So I'm working on it, but I'm in nowhere near shape for this shit. I would love to one day, but that's going to be at least a year, 2 years off. But that would be a goal for me. Okay, I think I've talked enough. Oh my god, an hour. Okay, yeah, I'm done. All right, I'll see you guys around.